Hey, thanks so much for tuning into the Daily Dose for Spiritual Growth. Hopefully you've had an amazing week. Again, happy belated Thanksgiving. It's Black Friday, right? Is what they call that. And so be careful and cautious. Don't spend too much money. Maybe you're even feeling discouraged. Maybe some of the conversations that you had yesterday with your friends and family didn't go as well as you thought, or maybe there was conflict or tension, and I'm sorry about that. When you deal with people, you deal with different preferences and selfishness and just sin, right? That's just reality. But one thing we have to understand is this: although we have people that we don't necessarily like or we don't get along with, we have to understand we even may have people that are blatantly against us and against you. We have to understand that God is our victor. Like, we can count on him. He is victorious. And when you are on his team, you are on the winning team. And the name of God for that is Jehovah Nissi. He is our banner that we can wave it up. And that's hey, any sports team, that merch, but you can have God the Father be your victory, and you can stand up and have that confidence despite the battle and the things that you may be facing today or this week or this weekend. We can put our hope and trust in him. Listen, I'm going to read the first, I'll say about 8 verses in chapter 44 in the book of Psalms. It says this: "O God, we have heard it with our own ears. Our ancestors have told us of all that you did in their day, in the days long ago. You drove out the pagan nations by your power and gave all the land to our ancestors. You crushed their enemies and set our ancestors free. They did not conquer the land with their swords. It was by your own strong arm that gave them victory." And he's talking about the Israelites and talking about coming out of the Egypt and into the promised land, and all the stories passed down. And maybe you heard some yesterday with family, maybe grandpa, maybe some older relatives or friends, shared stories of back in the day. And that was really what they were doing, and talking about the goodness and the provision and the miraculous work of God the Father. And so that's what they're describing right here, that it was actually through God, not by their own effort, that they were victorious. It was your right hand, your strong arm, and the blinding light from your face that helped them, for you loved them. You are my King and my God. You command victories for Israel. Only by your power can we push back our enemies. Only in your name can we trample our foes. I do not trust in my bow. I do not count on my sword to save me. You are the one who gives us victory over our enemies. You disgrace those who hate us. Oh God, we give you glory. To you all day long and constantly praise your name. So let's not put our trust, our hope in our own effort. It might not be a bow or a sword, but it might be our own intellect. It might be things that we trust in our own possessions. We trust in our education, our own wisdom. Let's set those aside, and let's put our trust and our faith in the one who is already victorious, God the Father. Let's put our hope in the one who has already won the battle, who goes before us, who walks beside us and pushes us from behind. Let's put our trust in that. I know we've been talking about battles and fighting and being victorious. And on a side note, if you are in the area, it's a little plug here. If you are in the area, in the Shrewsbury area, Southern York County area, we are going to have our 3rd annual Men's Turkey Bowl. We're going to be playing football in the back here of the church from 10 a.m. to noon. So come out and play, come out and watch, whatever you want to do. We're just going to have a good time. That's going to be tomorrow from 10 a.m. to noon. So hopefully, and pray for me that I don't injure myself and act like I'm younger than I actually am. All right. So, but thank you so much for tuning in. Hopefully that will give you some encouragement as far as putting our trust and our dependency on God the Father, who is already victorious, already won the battle. Hey, thanks so much for tuning in. Make sure you tune in tomorrow for the Daily Dose for Spiritual Growth.